Hi, everybody. Okay, so we are going to be using the 16 Personalities website as kind of a way to understand who we are as people and how that might play into our careers. It's going to be a part of your paper that you're going to be writing. So once you click on the link to go to the 16 Personalities website, you're going to come to this page and you're going to click on the Take the Test. So it takes less than 12 minutes, they say, but it might take a little bit longer. Um, Try to be as honest as you can about yourself. Don't make yourself out to be better than what you are, or it doesn't work out. Like this isn't the ideal version of yourself. This is who you really are. And try not to leave any neutral answers because the more neutral you are in the middle, the less likely it is to touch on you. So you decide whether you agree or disagree and to what extent. So you're going to be given a number of different phrases. You enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people. So if you like that sometimes, but most of the time you prefer like more private groups and things like that, you're going to be on the disagree side. And you're probably not going to be fully disagree because if like vibrant social events like big parties, dances, things like that with like tons of people, if that freaks you out, then you're going to be on the disagree side, like strongly disagree. But maybe you're here, okay? Or maybe you love that sort of thing and you just miss it so much. You're going to go here. Try not to take into account today's environment, that the fact that you haven't been at those social events, because even someone who's maybe really shy and retiring probably misses that right now. So try to think about not coronavirus you, but like you pre-coronavirus. How do you feel about some of these things? All right. So you're going to look through all of this. You're going to read these things and agreeing and disagreeing with them. And then eventually you're going to come to the end of the test. So I'm going to pause this screencast. I'm going to take the test myself, and then I'm going to get to the end of the test so I can show you what you're going to be seeing next. Okay, so I have finished my test, and this is really interesting. I haven't taken this for about 10 years, and I have a completely different result than I used to. So I am an INFJ. I first took this when I was in high school myself. And when I was in high school myself, I was in the ENFP. The N and the F have always been pretty consistently strong. But my E versus extroverted, I introverted has really flip flopped over the years. So you can see I am 81% introverted now. And it used to be, I think I was like 70% extroverted when I was younger. So things have really changed as far as this mind, how we interact with our environment. So when you look at your results, you're going to see yourself on a scale. First, it's going to give you a personality type, advocate, INFJ. And then it's going to show you over here the different traits. So E and I, extroverted versus introverted, and it's basically where we get our how we interact with our environment. If we like to be surrounded by lots of people, if we feel comfortable meeting new people right away, things like that, then we're going to be more E. If we've chosen some of those tasks or some of those options, like I like to be in a quiet place, or I prefer to get to know people intimately rather than large groups of people, then you're going to be more on the I side of the spectrum. Okay, energy. This is the N. And I don't know if it's S. They have observant right now. It used to be N or S on the opposite side. So intuitive versus observant. This is kind of more like imaginative, I would guess, versus realistic. If you want to kind of think of it like this, if you spend a lot of time thinking about like possibilities and what things might be like in the future versus being more focused on now and today, intuitive, you're going to end up with an N there. If you're more focused on, realistic, you didn't answer any of those, like, sometimes I think about what the world will be like in 100 years or something like that, and you said you disagreed with that, you're probably going to be ending up a little bit over here, which is S, which is more realistic in nature. This is all about how we cope with our emotions. And you can see that other than my introverted extroverted trait, it is my strongest trait that I am, and this has always been the case, that I am very feeling. So this is the one that says, like some of the questions about like, I often know how other people feel, even though I've never experienced it myself. So it kind of goes over here. So this is either T or F. And then last, you can see that I'm really close in the middle. I used to be a very strong P in high school, prospecting, work planning, and decision making. Ps tend to be very like by the seat of their pants. Like if I would be late all the time. If someone sat me down and asked me to make out a plan or to have a planner, that would be really difficult for me because I wouldn't use it, and it would be hard for me to sit down and make out a plan. As I've gotten older, I've gotten stronger in my ability to plan and make decisions. Okay, so turbulent versus assertive. This is about how confident we are in our abilities to make decisions. You can see I'm kind of in the middle there too, 56 to 44%. The more assertive you are means kind of the more confident you are. All right, so down here, you're going to click on, I want you to save your results up here, save your results, and it's going to ask you for your email. So put in your school email. And send me results. You don't have to ask for that, but at least you have your results saved. So I want you to send your results to yourself. And then you're going to read a little bit about your personality traits. You can read as much as you want about this, but the one place that I really want you to look at is over here, career path, since that's what we're focused on. So in your career path section, it's going to give you information about what kind of career path you might be looking for, kind of what ideas you want to have in your life. It might give you a good understanding of how well your personality fits with what it is that you're thinking about you might want to do. The next one too, workplace habits, you want to look over as well. So what kind of workplace do you want to be in? What kind of manager do you want to have? So those are the two spots that I want you to take a look at. But I have to tell you, some of the more interesting spots too are strengths, weaknesses, and romantic relationships. You're probably not ready to explore who you are as a parent yet, but that's there available for you too. But the romantic relationships one always really interested me when I was a little bit younger, to find out like who I would most be compatible with, right? And so it kind of gives you information about that as well. Okay, so I'm hoping that you find this interesting. You will need to have saved your results and sent them to yourself. When we get to class next, I'm going to actually have you let me know what your results are, and you're going to be writing a little bit about your career path and what it said about your workplace habits and how well you think that matches with what you've been doing with the counselors. Okay, can't wait to see you again in class and hear about all the different personalities in our class.